called hero search dot component dot CSS. I'm just gonna copy paste this. So let's reason out what we just did in the hero search. As a user types in the search box a key up, event binding calls the component's search method. So that's, we were in that here. So when we type in here in this input box, as we key up, this function is going to get called multiple times as you keep typing. We run this search function, this search method, which passes in the search box value. The search box is this input data, this reference to this input, and we get the value. Then the search function will run. We probably get some data back, and that data will then be output in this ng4 loop here. We should learn what this async does. And when I click on one of these results, it'll run the go-to detail of that specific hero. Easy peasy. As we'll soon see, the hero's property is now an observable of hero arrays, rather than just a hero array. The ng4 can't do anything with an observable until we flow it through an async pipe. Okay. The async pipe subscribes to the observable and produces the array of heroes to ng4. Alright, so if this wasn't a observable, then this would just work without this. But because it is an observable, we need the async pipe. Okay. Time to create the hero search component class and metadata. So let's create hero search component. We didn't create one yet, so let's go new file, hero search component.ts. Oh, I'm getting tired of typing all these imports. We will import the router from @Angular router. We import the observable. You know what? I'm tired of typing this. As long as it's not something new, I think it's okay in this case. It's just to speed things up. This is new. From the RxJS library, we are importing the subject operator. What's missing? Subject there. Observable class extension. Okay, another import from RxJS. RxJS/add/observable of. Alright, I am tired of typing in RxJS imports, so let's get them all in here. So we have an of, we have a catch, we have a debounce, distinct until changed. Okay. We need to import our service we created, our search service. We need to import our heroes class again. And now we start our component. module ID. We need this, as we learned before, that when using relative links in the template, you need this. Selector hero search template URL hero search component HTML, then our style URLs, which is an array, Alright, so now we export our class called hero search component, which implements on init. We have heroes observable hero private search terms equals new subject string Now we create a constructor again. In here we will define a few things, a few things, okay. So we have a private hero search service, which is of type hero search, no, not component, service. We have a private instance of router, which is of type router. Okay. And then we create our search method, term, type string, void this dot search terms dot next term. We need our ng on init function or method. We are setting a debounce method 300 milliseconds so that we can't run this search too fast. Like if I just hold down the key and start typing characters into the input box, we don't want to have this search overloading our API. So we put a debounce of 300 milliseconds to slow it down. And we are checking that there's a distinct until changed is true. Ignore if next search term is same as previous. Okay. Then we do a switch map term. Okay, so we do a switch map. All right, where was I? Switch map, okay. Then we have this question mark thing. There's a lot going on here. So let's just type it out. Let's get this done. So we have some errors here somewhere. Debounce does not exist on type subject string. I may be thrown off with all these comments in here. Term equals term, term equals term. Term implicitly has an any type. This is extra. That was a problem. Because this is one operation. If I made this wider, it would have been more easily seen because this is all part of the same line. It's the shorthand for an if, which I'm not a fan of, but basically it's if this is true, then do this, else do this. It was because I had this on the next line, I didn't notice that this was closed in a parentheses, so there was an extra bracket. Okay, then we have to add our go to detail. So we've added our method, go to detail, we pass in the hero we want to go to, then we create a new a variable called link. It's a pattern which has our path and the ID, and then our router gets past that pattern to the .navigate. So this will trigger the router to go to the next component. All right. Search terms. Let's focus on the search terms. Okay, so this is where it's going to puzzle it out. I kind of just typed this out without going through what it does, but let's focus on it. A subject is a producer. Did I not type this in? New subject? Oh, it's up here. Okay. A subject is a producer of observable event stream. Of an observable event stream. Search terms produces an observable of strings, the filter criteria for the name search. So we're creating an observable event stream called subject. Well, we're called search terms, but it's of type subject, which is an observable event stream. Search terms produces an observable of strings, which is defined by this typing here. Each call to search puts a new string into the subject's observable stream by calling next. So the next was here. Every time we do we trigger this search function or search method. We pass in the terms that we want to search for. And every time we do that, this next puts a new string into the subject's observable stream. Into this subject stream, okay, by calling next. Okay. Initialize the hero's property ng on init. A subject is also an observable. We're going to return the stream of search terms into a stream of hero arrays and assign the result to the hero's property. Is that still on this here? Yeah, okay. Did anything change here? Maybe this. We're going to turn the stream of search terms into a stream of hero arrays. So let's put that in above ng-init. Let's do it up here. Doesn't like it there. Because we already did this. This is duplicate. Don't need that. So what's different? This is just a recap of what we did. Return observable of hero. We did that. Yeah, this is the same. It's got to be something new. Why would they put this in twice? If we pass every user keystroke directly to the hero search service, we unleash a storm of HTTP requests. Bad idea. We don't want to tax our server resources and burn through our cellular network data plan. Fortunately, we can chain observable operators to the string observable that reduce the request flow. We'll make fewer calls to the hero search service and still get timely results. Here's how. We'll use a debounce time. It waits until the flow of the new string events pauses for 300 milliseconds before passing along the latest string. Will never make requests more frequently than 300 milliseconds. Distinct until changed ensures that we only send a request if the filter text is changed. There's no point in repeating a request for the same search term. Switch map calls our search service for each search term that makes it through the debounce in the distinct until changed gauntlet. It cancels and discards previous search observables, returning only the latest search service observable. The switch map operator, formerly known as flap map latest, is very clever. Every qualifying key event can trigger an HTTP method call, even with a 300 millisecond pause between requests. We could have multiple HTTP requests in flight and they may not return in the order sent. Switch map preserves the original request order while returning only the observable from the most recent HTTP method call. Results from prior calls are cancelled and discarded. We also short-circuit the HTTP method call and return an observable containing an empty array if the search text is empty. Note that cancelling the hero search service observable won't actually abort a pending HTTP request until the service supports the feature. A topic for another day. We are content for now to discard unwanted results. Now, of course, we catch for errors. We import RxJS operators. Most RxJS operators are not included in Angular's base observable implementation. The base implementation includes only what Angular itself requires. And I know that is simply because it's so large. And most projects won't need half of it, so why include it and why make everyone suffer? If we want more RxJS features, we have to extend Observable by importing the libraries in which they are defined. And here are the common ones which we added. We don't need the operator symbols themselves. In each case, the mere act of importing the library loads and executes the library script file, which in turn adds the operator to the observable class. Add the search component to the dashboard. We add the hero search HTML element to the bottom of the dashboard component template. Okay, so we're back to modifying the dashboard component. So let's go there. Dashboard component. Oh, not the component itself, but the markup. Back to the top. We have our grid, we have our loop. Oh, hold on, we have to add this to the bottom. Dashboard component, HTML, here we are. We have this router link. Oh, mine was at the beginning. Theirs is at the end of this tag, that's okay. But after this bottom div, we will add the selector. Hero search. Finally, we import hero search component from the hero search component code. Hero search component. We import hero search component from hero search component TS. So, okay, so we go to app module, we import, so they're adding it to the declarations. Do I not need to import it up here? It kind of says we import hero search component. Oh yeah, okay, so it's just not showing us, but we'll do that now. So we import hero search component from the file that we made called hero.search.component.ts. We don't need the TS. So now this is here. We have to add this to our declarations, which is here. Add it to the end. Save. Run the app again. Go to the dashboard and enter some text in the search box. At some point, it might look like this. So we type in MAG, nothing's happening. Let's try NARC, nothing's happening. Why? What are we missing? We import hero search component from the hero search component.ts. Here it is, declarations, it's in here. If we go into here, oh, maybe we gotta save all. Let's try that. Reload. All right, that's frustrating, but I'm sure we will figure it out. So more likely it is because the search service has a problem. If we look in here, everything looks good at initial look, but I can see this pattern. I did the mistake again where I assumed they were defining a pattern as a string, but the pattern also was using backticks, which for whatever reason has to be backticks instead of just quotes, single quotes. So if once I put that in there, this will work. That took a bit of troubleshooting. So if I type BOM, we could get that. If I type C, we get some results because they all have letter C in it. If I click on it, we go to the details of that person. Cool. So that's it. We did all this. We went through all these concepts of components and routing and services, and now we did this HTTP service. Where do we go from here? We go back to the learning path. And learning path, where are you? So here we can learn about the concepts that we learned today and get more deeper into it. But this is the end of our tutorial. We've done what we've set out to do. And now we've got the basics of Angular. We can learn more about those things in depth now on our own. But we have a good foundation. I know we'll probably have to do this a few times to get a firm grasp of it, since we just basically copied code for now, but at least we understand what's happening. So that's it. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you around in my next video.